Good morning, viewers. It's Robert Atfield reporting for Port Carling Boats. It's Saturday, August the 7th, 2010. Here we are in lovely Port Carling for the Muskoka Lakes Association semi-annual Classic and Antique Boat Celebration. Port Carling's a beautiful little town situated between Lake Muskoka and Lake Rosseau in Muskoka, Ontario. The weather's cooperating for us beautifully this morning, which is a big help. I'm standing on the bridge between Lake Muskoka and Lake Rosseau. And boats are coming in now for the official beginning of the show, which I presume is about 10 o'clock this morning. When these vessels are parked, I'll be able to give you a bit more explicit information about the type of watercraft represented here today. I am going to pan over the bridge so you can see just briefly a view across the bridge. There's a lovely little island park here and a set of locks, which is often the winter home to one of the several steamboats that still ply these waters. Here we are on the other side of the bridge, looking through the Port Carling locks. Boats are waiting to lock through so they can assume their places for the show. Pretty magnificent wooden vessels here this morning. Under the bridge now, you have a chance to get a better view of this lovely old launch, Edith II of Toronto. Here we're looking at what I assume is a pretty massive Gravette streamliner. It's waiting to dock at the show. Parking's at a premium, of course, during this event. Some of these boats aren't also the easiest to manage, particularly in reverse. Pretty massive engine, judging by the sound of from the exhaust pipe. Twin exhaust. Locks are opening now, and away they go. Here we are on the Lake Muskoka side of the locks again, and some beautiful, beautiful cruiser, particularly in the background coming in, or circling, waiting for locking time. Some of these boats have to assume a hold position until room can be made available for them in the locks. Our view here doesn't give you a full comprehension of the dimensions of this boat, but it's likely 25 to 30 feet in length. Here we have a stern view of our Cup of Tea. Lovely cruiser. This boat was also on view at the Antique and Classic Boat Society show several weeks ago in Gravenhurst. Spin the camera around here and take a look at a really gorgeous ditch burn. This is really quite a magnificent vessel. And once again you can see down the dock to some boats which we'll be investigating shortly.
Yeah, and then all the small ones we're just going to put through the lock, the small locks. All right.
Obviously people are aware of sun damage 50, 75 years ago, or else at least sunburn. A number of these boats have the canvas tops that are still popular today, although in different formats. Here we have Rainbow 9 heading toward the locks. On the screen here we have another Gravette Streamliner, probably 18-20 foot. And up close at the dock we're going to be looking at what seems to be a reproduction. Unfortunately there are no labels on these boats to indicate vintage and so on. This looks like a reproduction to me. It's called Jolly Roger. There's a pirate theme, black decks, and pretty strident yellow upholstery. Certainly an eye grabber. Here we have an assembly of wooden beauties outside Duke's Marine. Unfortunately, this shop, which has been in the boat business, wooden boat business, for years and years, has just recently shut its doors. The owner is still involved with marketing boats, but they've ceased repairs. Fortunately, there are still a number of craftsmen in Muskoka able to build and restore these vessels. Duke's has certainly been a landmark in Port Carling for, my guess is, 50 to 75 years. The shop was known to flood periodically in springtime when the water levels here rise with the spring melt. Here we're viewing a 1939 Gravette Streamliner, 22 foot, powered by a 6-cylinder engine. This boat's in pretty immaculate condition, particularly considering its age. Neat trim, but elegant. We're on a floating dock here, viewers, so please excuse the motion on the camera.